Evet arkadaşlar, bekleyemedim. Hemen 3. bölüme anlık olarak, direkt olarak başlıyoruz. Çok enteresan şeyler yaşandı. 5 bölüm var, üçüncüsündeyiz. Yani daha yarısına gelmemiş bulunuyoruz. Aslında tam
Bob and
yarısındayız.
Regina Zellerbach. Of course I know these two. Regina here is the chairwoman of Wayne Enterprises.
Tam eski tekrardan.
You can't trust anyone in Gotham. Least of all those you call friend. Your parents learned that the
Abi dost dediğin kişilere güvenme demek ne demek ya? Kim var ki? Harvey Dent var. Ama o da yani iğneden sonra anladık şey olmadığını. Zaten adamın yarısı gitti ya. Dost dediğin kimseye güvenme. İşte bu mu acaba? Bu da öldü. Annesi herhalde ya işte. Annem dost dediğin yani olabilir.
But what would Harvey think? The two of us working together.
Seni öpeceğim.
Are we alone?
Yeah, we're alone. Move. We should go.
Keep on doing what you're doing, and the rest of Gotham will start to see you like I do. A hero.
Tamam, buraları daha yeni yaşadık zaten.
So sorry, ladies and gents. As you might have guessed, there's been a change to tonight's program. We need a new
Penguen'de de bir
moderator.
ufak
You there?
Joker havası da sezdim yani şu
Thank you for
hareketler.
volunteering.
Sizi de istiyorum ya. Bu benim annem. Annem misin? Anne.
We are the children of Arkham.
Annemin vuruluşunu göstermiş miydi ya? O hani Back to the Future yaptık ya bir. Future değil, Past. Bir geçmişe ne deniyordu lan ona? Turn back. Orada annemizin vurulduğunu görmedik herhalde ya. Düştüğünü falan mı gördük?
Mayor Dent. You know, I always assumed Harvey would win, but not like this.
Bence
Won by
başkan değil.
default. He's probably pissed he didn't get his landslide fair and square.
Hey, Harvey's going to be okay.
You don't know that. I keep wondering. Why did you do it? Harvey needed you. Why save me? Harvey's your best
Pozitif
friend.
ayrımcılık. Ha bak şimdi.
Nothing to you.
I did it because I care about you.
Well, maybe you shouldn't.
Hayda, orada öpecektik ya demek.
I don't think I can do this.
What are you talking about?
I don't want to see what... I just can't. Okay?
Ya işte kadınların bu huyundan nefret ediyorum. Bak o gitti artık,
Sorry.
benimsin.
Just go in without me.
It's okay. I get it.
Tamam, unutmasına yardımcı olalım
You do?
ablamızın hemen.
I don't blame you for not
Psikolojisi
wanting
çok
to be
önemli.
here.
Master yapmak lazım. Herkesin bir üniversite okuması lazım bu
Please, Bruce.
canlıları anlayabilmek için.
Don't tell him I was here. I don't think he'd
Tamam
understand.
sıkıntı yok. Ya tam bizim olacaktı. Harvey bu hallere düştü, şimdi vicdan falan yapacak. Bu her ne kadar Catwoman da olsa.
Harvey Dent was left running unopposed. After a rather lackluster election,
Uyuşturucu verilmedi ki adama, adamı vurdular.
Word is he's still recovering from major
Hey,
injuries
Bruce.
sustained at the event.
Harvey, I am so sorry this happened.
Hey, come on. It's not your fault.
Well, I'm sorry
Şimdi
anyway.
bizim Batman olduğumuzu öğrenirlerdi
I haven't
bize.
actually seen it
Şimdi de.
yet. You've had me wrapped up this whole time. Numbed beyond belief. Maybe it's not that bad. I mean, my family, we heal quick. Could be fine.
Hey, I'm sure it'll heal up nicely. You'll have some scarring, but it won't be that bad.
Optimism, right? Scars are cool.
İyi, bu çok tribe girmemiş ya.
Manly.
Aynen, bende de var yarısı, sıkıntı yok.
Exactly.
Oh, what have you got there?
I brought you some flowers. Though I see I'm not the first.
Yeah, well, my mother and my secretary. Every sick boy's dream. One woman I thought would visit, or at least call, hasn't. Selena's been a no-show. I thought she'd at least come by to congratulate me, if nothing else. Guess we weren't as close as I thought. Guess I can't blame her. The way I look now.
Yeah, she's probably just busy, hasn't had a chance to come by yet. You'll hear from her.
Easy for you to be optimistic about women. Pretty sure no one ever loses Bruce Wayne's number. I am glad you're here, though. God, it's been infuriating. Just sitting here and having nothing but time to think about what happened.
Ya pişman oldum lan bu adamı
I wish I could make myself turn it off completely. Watching footage of the debate over and over. Look
Ama olsun bu adamın bu halini görmek
what a
lazım.
great guy you are while I go and get my
Belki de yine de vuracaktı
face
mesela.
bashed in. It's easy.
Hem kadından olacaktık hem...
Every news station is showing it. Just regurgitating the same old sound bites.
I tried to warn you, Harvey.
I know, Bruce. Can I say I was stubborn? Everybody paid for it. I was helpless, Bruce. Helpless. Couldn't do anything. Penguin would have just beaten me to death right there in front of everyone. He wanted to. Hey, thanks. What they did to Hill, to the moderator, I have to live with that. But you heard them up there. The Penguin and that maniac on screen. This isn't over. I need to stay ahead of them. They're trying to cause discord. That stunt at the debate was just the first step.
Batman stopped them from killing you the other night, but they will try again.
I won't hide from them, Bruce. The Tonight speech, they'll know where I stand.
Wait, tonight? I thought you were supposed to be recovering.
My assistant is on her way to pick me up. With the election, I
Batman'e
was able to talk the
karşı
hospital
gitmiyor
into
galiba.
releasing me early. Not that they're too happy about it. All the doctors keep telling me to take it easy. But how can I? Well, stay in the chair, Mr. Dent. Oh, don't overexert yourself, Mr. Dent.
Do what you need to do, Harvey. I know how important this election is to you.
Thanks. I'm glad to know that someone around here understands that.
Aynen ben anlıyorum
You do
seni.
the
Ben de
same in my position. Which is why I
Gerçekten
won't even try to tell you to not look
insanların
into those
yaşantı
tapes.
biçimine saygı göstermek gerekiyor.
I
İstediklerini
know
yapar
how much you
insanlar.
loved your father, Bruce. I know that debate was hard on you, too. Finding out your dad drugged Esther Cobblepot, Hill admitting to having both of them killed. It's a lot to process. I'm sorry. Just because I keep reliving it doesn't mean you want to.
Well, I'm not even convinced that tape was real. It had to be fake. Doctored to look like
Yok
something
sanmıyorum
else.
da ona da böyle bir
Okay, right.
enjektör edilmiş
It'll
olabilir
take
bir
a lot
şeyler
to prove that to the
babama.
public.
Aynen.
Look,
Bir ihtimal.
I realize what a terrible friend
Yok
I've been
birader
to you.
iyisin sen ya.
I was so focused on the campaign. I thought distancing myself from you was the only option.
Abi şu an kendimi çok kötü hissediyorum. Adamın manitasına yürüyoruz falan.
Thanks, Harvey. I appreciate that.
I'll make it up to you.
Ulan
What is
çok
that?
pişman oldum ya.
Batman symbol.
Coming from near the GCPD? That's one way to get the guy's attention.
And look, I should get going, Harv.
What, already? What else do you have to do? My assistant won't be here for another hour. You can stay if you want.
I have a call to make. I'm sorry, Harvey. I can't wait.
I think rich people are always on the phone.
It's a curse.
Well, go on then. Wouldn't want you to keep them waiting.
You rest up, Harv.
Thanks, Bruce.
Evet bakalım. Artık olaylar hafiften aydınlanmaya başlasa da uğraşmaya başlasak yani. Kimin ne
Unit
olduğunu
6 in
bilsek
pursuit of
artık ya.
suspects westbound on 15th Street.
Is it the children of Arkham? Can you confirm?
Negative. They're taking shots at us whenever we get close.
Understood. Stay on them. We'll think of something.
A little help would be nice.
Hang in there, all right?
Oh, they knew we'd be there, Jim. We don't have enough officers to deal with this.
Teğmen'e ne oldu ya? Teğmen en son şeyi vurdu.
Everyone
Falcone'yi.
stretched thin.
kurtarmıştır bu ya. Adam kadına enjektör verdiler.
I have to
Enjektör
go.
bastılar. Ama işte yargı öyle çalışmıyor. Yaptım
Has
mı
a
yaptım.
bat on it, Jim.
You give me a
Sonuçta
number to call,
kendi
I'll rethink my
dürtüleriyle yaptı.
methods.
Onu istiyordu yani.
I'm just glad I got your attention. I didn't have a lot of options. So, here we are.
Not a bad idea. I'm impressed.
I have good ones every now and then. I'd rather have you arrested than come to you for help. But the truth is we're desperate. I'm calling a truce. Just for tonight.
Bring me up to speed.
Right. Renee Montoya, one of my officers.
The one who tried to shoot me.
I know, but hear me out. She's trying to clear her name after those animals manipulated her into killing Falcone. She's supposed to be on leave, but she got a tip on the Children of Arkham's chemical stash, went rogue. She's out there alone, and I can't spare anyone to back her up. I told her to wait, but this is personal. The Children of Arkham pumped her full of that junk.
Abi sen
She
nasıl
went
şeysin
rogue
ya?
and you didn't try to stop her.
I did what I could, all right? I'm
Abi,
asking for your
sen
help.
onun amiri değil misin?
Children of Arkham are everywhere all of a sudden. Where the hell they all come from? I never heard of them before. Then that debate.
Thomas benim babam mıydı
Oh,
ya?
they're tearing up the entire city.
Never mind how this began. We have to focus on ending it.
If you've got any bright ideas how to do that, I'm all ears.
Gordon, this is Schultz. Over.
Gordon here.
We got a problem with the mayor, sir.
What happened? Is he okay?
I don't know. We lost him. He took off and left us behind.
Christ, one more crisis I can't deal with right now. We've got to keep both Montoya and Dent safe. Somehow.
I'm on it.
Montoya kimdi ya?
You there?
Always.
Launch the drones. I need eyes on the city.
Lucius has made some upgrades. I'll let him explain.
Who are you talking to? You got a whole team or something?
A friend who can help us.
That friend got a name?
Ya sana ne?
All right, patching you through to R&D in Wayne Enterprises.
Batman, so listen. The first model was only equipped for visual surveillance, but seeing how you use them at the skyline, I thought you'd need an audio feed as well. The microphones are incredibly sensitive. They can pick up sounds from up to 500 yards. In some cases, you'll even be able to hear through walls.
Just what I needed. Thank you.
Being one step ahead of Batman is kind of my job.
Any idea where they might be?
Montoya's car was spotted crossing the bridge to Arkham Island. Could be where the handoff is happening.
What about Dent?
Probably headed to his acceptance speech. They just left the hospital and we lost sight of it.
Barrels of this stuff to transfer. And not a big window to unload all of that. They said they wanted it done tonight, so it's gotta be done. You wanna argue with them? Be my guest. You just keep an eye out for that cop.
Nobody move! This is the police!
Get her!
No, please, just leave it. It's not gonna get any better.
But you're bleeding!
Then let Gotham see it.
Is that?
No, I told you it's fine.
That car's been behind us since the hospital.
God, is this guy trying to drive us off the road? What the? Oh, damn it!
Harvey'e ateş ediyorlar. Harvey'i
I'm headed over
kurtarayım
to
ya.
Dent. Your guys are gonna have to handle Montoya.
I'll round up what officers I can. Gonna have to head out there myself, too. I know this is risky, Batman. Just be careful.
Unit 6, requesting backup. Corner of 15th and Main. We got a major disturbance here. Several
Yeni
armed
dünya
suspects
düzeni mi?
on the loose.
We gotta hurry. Batman's on his way.
Relax. We're ready for him.
Listen, I don't want any trouble. You're too late, Dent.
Aynen, Dent'i, Batman'i bir şey yapmamız lazım ya. Zombi öldü değil mi?
You think I'm scared of you? You should be. Tell me where your leader is. What are you planning?
That all depends on you, Batman.
Don't make me hurt you. Start talking, and I'll hand you over to the police in one piece.
Go ahead. There's nothing the cops can do that we won't know about, including every time Gordon uses you as his errand boy.
Everyone all right?
Get the hell away from us. I'm the mayor now, and things are gonna change around here. Starting with people like you. This city is a battleground. Gotham does not need you taking matters into your own hands. You make these freaks think it's okay.
You're in danger. The children of Arkham will come after you again.
Don't pretend like you care for my safety. You showed me where you stood back at the debate.
Hey, come on, let's go. I'll call us a cab.
This is my city now, not yours.
Heads up. They got 3 black and whites headed for the handoff. Gordon's with them.
Uç derim. Tamam, orada kurtarmadık, al burada kurtardık.
Yeah, but they knew I was coming. They seemed to be
Sadece
getting
senin
info on
hayatını
the
orada
GCPD's
kurtarmak zorunda
whereabouts.
da değilim yani,
Not
anladın
sure
mı?
how.
Adam sana gitme dedi, Bruce, gittin.
I need an update on the construction site.
Bringing it up now. Stay down! We're coming to you! Everybody take cover!
You'd better get down there.
On my way.
He shouldn't have even been here, Lieutenant. I did this.
Shouting about it isn't gonna do him any good.
Sure could have used your help 10 minutes ago. Nice work. Just stroll in to survey the damage.
I was out there saving the mayor's life.
I didn't know.
Tell me what happened.
He got away. Took one of our guys with him.
Go ahead. Say it. This is my fault. I followed them. I got ambushed.
Ya bu kadın da gerizekalı ya.
Stuck with those monsters.
You went rogue, put everyone in danger. Sounds to me like Gordon should have taken your badge.
Oo, çok ağır oldu. Ama hiç umurumda değil.
Now, wait a second. I didn't say...
Ya tamam, bırak gitsin zaten, Falcone'yi bu öldürdük, gerizekalı. Şimdi de yani yediği bokun üstüne gitmiş, bir de kendi başına iş yapıyor. Tüy dikmek diyoruz biz bu arkadaşın yaptığına.
Handed to us.
They knew you were coming.
How? We've been using a secure channel. You saying we got a leak? Gordon to command. Anyone there?
Command here. What is it, Gordon?
Turn that off.
What?
It's been compromised.
Command! Do you copy?
O da her şeye giriyor anasını satayım. Type-C mi dedi?
I'm gonna look into this. I'll let you know what I find.
Koca Emniyet Müdürlüğü bu olayı çözemiyor yani. Telsizleri dinleniyor falan filan.
Bruce?
The GCPD's been compromised. The children of Arkham were listening the whole time.
How?
That's what I'm going to find out. Alfred, I'm sending over evidence of some kind of encrypted communication signal.
It's coming up on my screen now, but I'm afraid it looks like a bunch of gibberish to me.
I need to go to Wayne Tower and look into this. Get me Lucius on the line.
Yes, right away. If the public finds out the police aren't able to communicate...
I'm not sure of anything right now, but Lucius will have answers. I have a feeling we've only seen the tip of the iceberg.
Hopefully it doesn't sink us, sir. I have Lucius on the line now.
Bruce, are you there? I'm looking at this data Alfred sent me. It's messy.
I have to know what the children of Arkham are doing. How fast can you decrypt?
It's a tough one, but I should have it cracked soon if you can meet me at Wayne Tower.
Already on my way.
İnsanlar atarlı ya. Oho. Çalışanlar bile.
Almost there, Lucius.
Abi insan genetiğiyle sorumlu tutulmamalı ya. Bu yaptıkları bir ırkçılık yani. Tamam babam yapmış olabilir. Ben de ne alakası var? Ne yapayım? Servet devrilmedi.
Chairwoman.
I didn't think you'd be here. I used to look to Thomas for guidance in hard times. Must seem silly.
Bizi acaba kovabiliyorlar mı ya?
You know what they say about old habits.
Yeah, I miss them too. Both of them.
I know. Every day, I wish a father was still with us. He was wise beyond his years. And Martha, she was such a delight to have around.
Annemiz yapmış olamaz ya. Annemiz o kadın annemiz
I've
olamaz.
been
Bizi
called
tiyatroya
in for an
falan
emergency
götürüyor.
board meeting.
I wasn't told about it.
You weren't invited, Bruce. You are the topic of discussion for the board. They want to decide what your future at this company will be. Whether to dismiss you or not. You have to understand, Bruce. This company is bigger than any one individual. We have to keep face.
Ben bu olayları anlayamıyorum
After
ya.
this
Bu
scandal.
şirketin sahibini nasıl kovabiliyor yönetim kurulu falan
I'm
filan.
not him, Regina. I
Adam
would
mal
never
varlığına el
compromise
koyuyor
the
ya.
lives of innocents
Değişik.
for my own benefit.
I know that, Bruce. But you have to understand that what the public wants to hear isn't always what we want to hear. The whole city is watching to see what our next move is going to be.
Bruce, I've got something. You need to get down here. Now.
I worked with your parents for years, and neither of them gave any indication of foul play. How could you have ever known?
Bruce.
You're nothing like him, Bruce. We always build up the people closest to us. When they fall...
I appreciate the sentiment, Regina. Thank you.
I mean what I said before. Families like ours need to flock together. Perhaps now more than ever. I should head down. I don't want them to make a decision without me. I'll come find you after.
I'll be right down, Lucius.
İnce hassas bir ağırlık sensörüyle bu mesele hallolur. Şah ve atın pardon vezir ve atın ağırlıkları birbirinden farklıdır. Onları yer değiştirince ağırlık sensörleri devreye girip çok mantıklı. Bir tık hafif geçiyor bu bölüm. Bir sonraki bölüm ama çok heyecanlı olacağına inanıyorum.
It's good to hear she's still in your corner.
Spying on my conversations again?
Hey, I'm looking out for you. There've been whispers that the board was going to take action against you. If you lose the company, Batman will take a massive hit too.
Doğru.
I know the cave is well equipped, but all of this is owned and paid for by the company.
It doesn't matter what the board does. We'll be fine. I'm not gonna let anything get in the way of what we're doing down here.
Try saying that when you can't access this wing anymore.
Right now, finding out how the children of Arkham are spying on the police is more important. What have you got?
It's Wayne Tech, Bruce. As you know, Wayne Enterprises is a telecommunications giant. If someone were to, say, build a backdoor into that tech...
You're telling me the children of Arkham hacked into this system?
So that's the thing. Do you want the good news or the bad news? You're not gonna like it.
Just get on with it, Lucius. We don't have time for games.
Forgive me for trying to lighten the mood. The back door they're using. I was the one who built it.
You? What are you talking about?
When your mission as Batman started, you needed a way to monitor the city. Well, this is how. I piggybacked Batman's surveillance onto Wayne Enterprises' signal.
If the children of Arkham have access to the same system, does that mean they know my identity?
It looks like they've only accessed the GCPD so far. Not a lot of activity otherwise.
I'll have Alfred warn Gordon. The GCPD needs to get rid of their Wayne Tech devices.
Smart move. I've encrypted our access. I can fortify it, but it's gonna take longer to force them out of the system. The question remains, how did the children of Arkham find out about the back door in the first place?
işte ya.
They shouldn't have been able to find it. Not unless they knew what they were looking for. Whoever broke in certainly knew how to cover their tracks.
We have a
Şimdi bilgisayarı almıştı ama.
There's no way they could have gained access without someone on the
Onlarla
inside.
bağlantısı olamaz
Only
yani.
a handful of people at the highest level could possibly find out about the back door.
Ya annem.
I'm gonna keep working on this Children of Arkham business. See if there's a way to shut down their access entirely.
We'd better lock this
Ya da
stuff down.
Alfred.
Just in
Hala
case.
Alfred'den de şüpheleniyorum ama. Güncellemeleri. Bunlara bakmaya gerek yok. Beyaz tahta. Drone.
A new sticky bomb I developed. The signal is activated on the underside. Attach it wherever you need, then detonate it remotely with your gauntlet. Boom.
Nice.
Be careful. Those things pack a serious punch.
Beyaz tahta.
Looks like another invaluable piece of Lucius Fox technology.
Oradaki denklemler
Tiffany's really taking after you.
ama
And
neyse.
Luke, stubborn as always.
I think of what Gotham has become, and I think of them. They give me all the reason I need to work with Batman. He's the only one that will truly protect them.
And he will, Lucius. Always.
Ya bu Batman hep Gotham'ı korumaya çalışıyor falan da Gotham'ın hep boku çıkmış vaziyette yani. Hiçbir boka yaramıyor yani Batman aslında. Gotham hiçbir zaman refaha kavuşamıyor yani.
Despite his run-in with the masked group on the way to the event, people are still hopeful that Mayor Dent can pull through on his campaign promises.
Who are the children of Arkham really fighting for? Who is Batman really protecting? Because it's not us. It's time that we, not masked vigilantes and violent fringe groups, fought for ourselves. I will fight every day for Gotham. And I ask that you join me. We are proud citizens of Gotham. And this is our city.
Next up, we speak to Commissioner Grogan regarding increased security measures citywide.
Drone'u inceledik de.
Ooh, what's this?
Something I'm still working on. Some new armament to assist you in the field. There's only so much you can do on your own. But it's not really ready yet.
Oo.
Not sure I'll ever get the first one back from Selena.
Wonder if that's the only thing she stole.
Abi nereye bakacağız? Maskeye de mi bakalım? Ne istiyorsun? Adamla mı konuşmak lazım?
Thermal vision. You've been busy, haven't you, Lucius?
Ya ben de aslında var ya, ben sanıyordum ki Bruce Wayne yapıyor bu teknolojileri falan filan da adama yaptırıyor. Yani bak, Tony Stark kadar zenginsin ama Tony Stark kadar akıllı
This is
değilsin.
gonna take some time. Don't worry. I'll let you know when I find something.
En azından Tony'nin babası namusluydu.
I always wonder why you had a table that could hide itself. Guess it's coming in pretty handy now.
Trust me, it was much more paranoia than precaution.
Masa kendine şey mi yapıyormuş? Şu ne? Masa, tamam. Abi biz burada ne yapıyoruz şu an? Bir şeyler mi var? Yok. Bunları saklayacağız, ne yapacağız?
Looks like Regina's headed to my office. I should go.
And before you do... Here. Get that back to the Bat computer. It'll install the added security measures. You'll also have all the info I found on the Children of Arkham's activity within the system.
Thanks, Lucius.
I've always got your back, Batman. Now get out of here. Regina doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Mr. Wayne. Bruce. Open up.
I thought maybe you left.
Yeah, right.
Well, the board has voted.
And have they sent the chairwoman to wield the axe?
You're being asked to step down from your position as CEO. Effective immediately. At least until this whole mess gets cleaned up.
I get it. My name isn't great for
Yapmaya hiç
business.
gerek yok. Anlıyoruz
I'm
durumu.
sorry, Bruce.
Gayet mantıklı.
It's not your fault.
I asked to slow all this down, but the press release is going out as we speak. There will be a public event in the morning where you will formally announce your resignation. I'm sorry, Bruce. I tried to fight for you. The board believes this is the only logical course of action. I see where they're coming from.
I really appreciate you trying, Regina. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Bu kadını olaylara bulaştırmaya hiç gerek yok. Yok, durdurmamız lazım bilmem ne falan filan.
The
Boş
board is
işler.
losing confidence.
Space durduruyor muydu? Aynen.
Wayne Enterprises needs a new face. They already had a candidate in mind. I thought it was... I was outvoted. Remember, he'd only be interim CEO. Just until this mess gets cleared up.
And who would that be?
Oswald...
Saçmalıyorsun.
Bruce, old boy. Good to see you again.
Sarılalım. Çakmasın mevzu.
As you know, Oswald's parents were, well, victims of your father's actions. This company was built on the land he stole from the Cobblepot family.
Well, the board thought having me step in would be a good PR move.
What better way to show Gotham that Wayne Enterprises is committed to righting the wrongs of the past?
Happy to help any way I can. People aren't much behind the Wayne name now. And considering that your parents stole from mine...
I hear you've been keeping yourself pretty busy, Oswald. You sure you can handle this? I mean, wasn't there a revolution that you had to handle?
I'm a brilliant multitasker.
The board has complete confidence in Mr. Cobblepot. As his resume goes into great detail, his endeavors in England have been quite successful. Besides, the company basically runs itself at this point. The CEO is mostly a figurehead. Don't make this harder than it has to be.
Well, then I guess congratulations are in order. It's nice to know you'll be the one trapped in this tiny office all day.
Oh, I'm sure it's bigger than it looks.
I'm afraid we need you
Abi,
to leave
sen
the
gizli
building
odayı falan da
immediately.
biliyorsan
We'll have your
sıçarım
personal
ağzına.
effects sent.
Şeyleri al lan oradan. Satranç takımımı alayım bari de.
Congratulations, Bruce. I couldn't be prouder of you. Alfred. Oh, how sweet. Graduation present? Surely we could let him take this along. Oh, Bruce. Clumsy, clumsy. No wonder you're not
Zaten bizim kim olduğumuza büyük bir şey var.
I'll call someone in to clean that up. It'll only take a minute.
Pick it up. Now!
But it's all right. Bruce has been through enough today, hasn't he?
Abi döverim. Abi
Looks broken, I'm afraid.
Batman olduğumuz için böyle iki yüzlü oynuyorum aslında ama ben döver direkt vururdum mesela.
Time to go, Bruce.
Yes, Bruce. Time to go. I have a little redecorating to do. Your taste is a little too discreet for me. I think that maybe I'll add a fish tank.
You're not getting away with this. I'll make sure of it.
Oh? Oh, is that a threat?
Burayı çok saçma oynadık ya. Gittik sarıldık marıldık. Güzel laflar ettik falan.
This way, Bruce.
Bu atar yapacaktık direkt. Zaten. Ama inşallah odayı bulmaz ya. Ama neyse sakladık şeyleri sakladık.
I'll have IT come set you up.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Regina.
Dondu. Evet. Ne oluyor? Tamam. Düzeldi. Sıkıntı yok.
It happened, didn't it? They're out of their minds. They can't do this to you.
This isn't over yet, Lucius.
The entrance.
I took care of it.
We can't let anyone
Aynen öyle. Aynen.
There are ways they could get in. You know that.
Think you can keep an eye on things while I'm gone?
I don't know.
Lucius, I need to know there's someone I can trust on the inside.
I'm here for you, Bruce. I've always been here for you, not them. If I stay, I'll have to stop working on our side project. That means no new tech, no repairs if you need them. I could keep an eye on things for you. Let you know what they're up to. Feed you what information I can.
No, Lucius, I need you to stay here.
But...
You're the only ally I have in this building. It's important. I need you to be my eyes and ears.
All right, I can do that.
Keep Oswald out of R&D. And let me know if anything comes up.
Abi elimizdeki teknoloji gayet yeterli olduğunu düşünüyorum yani şahsen. En azından benim klavye mouse'um yeterli olacaktır. Sen burada kal abi. Tamam şimdi aksiyona girelim bir ufak artık.
Bruce Wayne will speak on the issue at a press event tomorrow morning.
Böyle
We'll
geçiyor.
learn more about his decision to step down. More on that in a moment.
I still can't believe it.
Which part?
I wish life were easier for you, Bruce. It's just one thing after another.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind easy for a change.
Someday.
With the children of Arkham accessing Wayne Tech, I have to figure out what their next move is. Bring up a searchable network of all possible electronic traffic related to Wayne Enterprises. If the children of Arkham are in our system, all of this is potentially accessible.
All of this?
Lucius was very thorough. It means that they could have eyes and ears into almost everything in Gotham. Just like Batman. They had access to the GCPD, we know that. The real question is, what else they'd be interested in. Filter for possible targets based on known Children of Arkham activity.
Belediye binasıyla işleri olacağını sanmıyorum. Adliyeyle hiç olmaz. Burayı zaten şey yapıyorlar. Burada işleri vardır bence. Çünkü bu anamız babamızın kurduğu yer değil mi?
A rather extensive list.
With my father's signature as the transferring doctor. Security footage.
These date back decades.
Alfred, the video at the debate. It's real. This is how they found their evidence. Something Hill did gave them access. At least now I know the truth.
No, Yes, I know it takes time, but... Understatement of the century, considering I've got at least one of my guys in the ER. Yes, just please let me know when it happens. The children of Arkham aren't going to wait on us. I suppose I can understand the truth of that.
Harvey has no idea. It's impossible to tell if the children of Arkham have access to this, but if they do, any action he takes against them, they'll see coming.
Are you done here, sir?
Not yet.
Şu diğerlerine de bakalım. Adliye.
Gotham Courthouse. All public records pass through this place. Oh, look at this. Oswald's public record. None of this is right.
His whole criminal history doesn't exist as far as the rest of the world is concerned.
This must be what the board saw.
Not a blemish in sight.
Wonder if they've cleared out all the Wayne tech.
This is ridiculous, Gordon. Do you know how much all this equipment costs? We don't have the budget to replace it all. It's a risk we've got to take, Commissioner. If the children of Arkham can hack into our systems, we're completely ineffective. And you think going into situations completely blind is any better? Considering the alternative, yes.
Sounds like they've got the situation under control.
Good. One less problem to deal with.
Harvey'e gidelim artık.
I have to go warn Harvey. Keep an eye on this, Alfred, and have Lucius look into it as well. We need to find a way to lock them out.
Very good, sir.
Alfred, sana da güvenmiyorum. Kimseye güvenmiyorum artık ya. Catwoman ne oldu? En son onu şey yapmıştık. Atar yaptı bize gitti ya. Gazeteci kız nerede? Bari ona yürüyelim ya. Ona da en son atar yaptık gerçi. Ha, bunu işe alacaktım ben.
Welcome back, Mr. Wayne. You can go on in.
Artık alamam.
Yes, that's right. The back door. I'll need a rental in the meantime.
Harvey?
Back here, Bruce. Take a seat. I'll be right out.
Oh, come on, not today. Stop. This has to stop.
Actually, this is kind of urgent.
Just a second. Well, it's as good as it's gonna get. You know, Bruce, I've been looking forward to this my entire career. The day Harvey Dent takes his official portrait as mayor of Gotham. And he looks like this. I'm glad you survived the trip up here, Bruce. You want to tell me what's going on? I didn't keep you waiting that long, did I?
I just found out Wayne Tech is compromised. The children of Arkham are using it to track the GCPD. You could be next.
But Wayne Tech is everywhere. If
They can hack into it.
That's why they have to be stopped.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Bruce. Damn it! Those children of Arkham jumped me. God, it's only getting worse. It's out of control. I can't stop it.
I heard Batman showed up to help.
Yeah. The damage is kind of done, though, isn't it?
Harvey Dent does everything by the book, to the letter of the law. But that isn't working.
Sure it is. He's turning things around.
Barely. Slowly.
I'd like to see you do better.
Watch me.
Now are you gonna fix this mess?
Simple. Easy.
You're acting strange, Harvey.
This whole city's acting strange.
Oo, harbiden delirmiş ya. Şunun suratına bir kızgın ateş dağlayın da kana dursun ya.
Guess I got a little lost there. I'm probably not getting enough sleep these days.
I think you should go see a doctor, Harvey. The way you're behaving, it's not healthy.
Yeah, I have a guy's number. I'll see him as soon as I have time.
Mr. Dent? The photographer's ready for you.
Thank you, Deborah. I'll be right out. Please, Bruce. Don't tell anyone about this. If anyone finds out or thinks I'm not fit to be mayor, it's all over. Everything I've worked for.
Your secret's safe with me, Harvey.
Harvey'yi de kendimize düşman şey yapmayalım ya.
Again. Again and again. See you around, Bruce.
İşler çok boka sardı ya.
An interview with the Children of Arkham's leader. Wonder how Vicky managed to score that.
Vicky şey değil mi? Gazeteci kız.
Have you seen today's copy of the Gazette?
It just arrived a moment ago. It seems Miss Vale has been talking to some very interesting people. People the Batman would like to find. Do you think she would be willing to help you? She may be the only lead we have on the Children of Arkham's leader. Perhaps she could be persuaded to reveal her source.
Yeah, if she's been able to talk to their leader, then by extension, so can we.
You think she'd hand that information over to Bruce Wayne?
Unlikely. I stonewalled her at the GCPD after Falcone was shot. I can't afford to waste time with Vicky. Let's offer her a chat with Batman.
Good idea, sir.
Can you scramble the line?
Aynen doğru, en son atar yaptık kıza. Batman olarak gitmek lazım.
Vale.
I saw your story in the Gazette this morning. I want to talk.
Who is this?
A friend of Gotham.
Yeah, just a concerned citizen wishing to remain anonymous. Or do I now have Batman for a friend?
If you stand for Gotham, then yes.
I've been meaning to thank you. What you did at the debate.
I'm not sure I would have made it out of there otherwise.
Buna ne yaptık biz? Bunu kurtardık mı? Aynen bunu da kurtardık, doğru.
Meet me at sundown. Cobblepot Park.
Deal.
Strange place to meet.
Wasn't sure you were gonna show. Gotta admit,
Penguen'le de burada buluştuk.
Nothing is ever this easy.
I need some information from you. It's important.
Yeah, figured as much. So, Batman. I'll skip the obvious question. The Children of Arkham seem to be your latest target. We all know their methods are extreme, but what about their message? Their leader claims that Gotham's elite have been abusing their power, often at the expense of ordinary citizens. For the record, do you think there's any validity to what they're saying? in your opinion?
You saw what they did at the debate. They're terrorizing Gotham. That's all there is
Kadının
to it.
tarzı buysa böyle oynayacağız.
And you believe that?
Well, it doesn't matter what I believe. I just report the facts. Their message is picking up traction, especially since the interview.
I need to know everything they told you.
Does no one read anymore? It was a lot of posturing and grandiose monologuing, really. We're going to purge the city of corruption, sort of thing. Not great from an investigative standpoint, but the public will eat it up. Part of the job, you know? If that's the only reason you called me, you should really just read it yourself. They aren't trying to hide their motivations.
Gotham needs to know how dangerous the children of Arkham really are. You are hiding the truth.
Huh. My editor says the physical copies are practically sold out. I'd say the truth is getting out there. It just may not be the side you like. But that's why I'm here, to get the other half I'm missing.
Where did you meet? How did they contact you?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm not selling out a source. Not even for Batman. The circumstances of that meeting are confidential. Just like this one. I'm sure you wouldn't want me telling everyone how to get a hold of you.
You're putting the safety of everyone in Gotham at risk.
Well, if you really care about the safety of Gotham, why aren't you looking at Bruce Wayne? I still want to believe he's a good guy too, but with the information that surfaced, everyone's angry. Everyone wants him to answer for what his family did. Everyone, except for you. Why haven't you gone after him yet? No way he just slipped under your radar. But so far, no action from you against him.
I'm not protecting Bruce Wayne.
Maybe not. But in this case, doing nothing sure sends a strong statement. Don't think people haven't noticed. I don't know if you have some connection with him. Maybe there's more to this story than I realize. But you can't ignore the facts. Whether he intended to or not, his family has been stealing from innocent people for years. So, what are you gonna do about it? What is Batman doing to protect them from Bruce Wayne? The people want to know.
There are bigger threats to Gotham out there. The children of Arkham. I have to deal with them first.
You're doing what you think is right. I get it. Good luck with the children of Arkham. I'll be sure your message gets out.
Please, Miss Vale, think what you want about Bruce Wayne. But I need to find the children of Arkham before they hurt anyone else.
You're right. You upheld your end. God, I could lose my job for this, but... Here. This is where we met for the interview. Just please, don't tell anyone I gave this to you.
Bu kadını yerler bu arada. Bunu dinliyorlardır falan, bir şeyler vardır.
Everything's dark, quiet. It's empty.
No sign of the children of Arkham? They may not have gone far. They should be there.
Not for the moment. Means I have time to see what they've been up to.
Just be careful. We don't want any surprises. I'll continue monitoring the drone feeds from here.
Thanks. Go and have a look around. There's a body here. Likely the work of the children of Arkham. I'm gonna look around, see what they've been up to.
Bu abiye büyük ihtimal yine değişik şeyler vurmuşlardır.
He's been dead for a while from the looks of it. The officer that was taken from the construction site. Shot in the chest.
How terrible.
There's something else. This man's veins. They look like Montoya's veins after she was drugged, only There's so much worse. The same drug from the debate.
I feared we hadn't seen the last of it.
There's no puncture mark here. No entry point for an injection.
So, how did it get in his body?
Kurşunla girmiş.
He was shot dead center. Twice. Executed.
I suppose they no longer had need of a hostage.
They've been referencing the map. Whatever they're building must hinge on it somehow. A detonation device, but it's disabled.
They must have intended to hook it up to something.
The timer is set for 27 minutes and 13 seconds.
From now?
The numbers aren't moving. Doesn't seem to be counting down yet. This depot is pretty centrally located. This is how they were timing their route. Alfred, what stations are within a 27-minute train ride from this depot?
Looking into the transportation database now. Sir, there's just one. Mercy Street Station.
It's one of the busiest places in the city. Thousands of people go in and out every hour.
Bağlayayım. Nereye bağlıyoruz? Tam buna bağlayayım. Alakası yok ama.
I need to know what they're going to do with the drug. Exactly how they're planning on releasing it. These barrels match the shrapnel that I found at the docks.
Tamam, başka bir tane daha bir şey var. Onu da bulalım. Tamam, kimya ekipmanları. Bununla abiyi bağlayacağız. Varillerle de haritayı.
Something spilled here. This is the drug they've been using. Refined. It's the same as the one given to Montoya and Harvey. This solvent increases dermal permeability. Looks like they ran out of the absorbing agent.
Deriye dökmüşler direkt. Şişeyle ne alaka? Bunların ikisi bağlantılı bu arada.
Looks like they ran out of the chemical they were mixing it with. What are they planning to do with this?
O zaman bir tane daha bir şey var.
This train car has been modified.
How do you mean?
Clearly the holding tank. It's empty. For now. Looks like some kind of sprinkler system.
Doubtful they're planning to put out
Abi direkt milletin
The
üstüne
train car is their delivery system.
zehri yayacaklar. Tamam. Trenle harita.
The modified train car is going to be sent to Mercy Street Station.
Kimyasalla abiyi bağlayalım.
What exactly are they planning to release?
Olmadı gibi ama tam başka ne var ki? Buralarda başka herhangi bir ipucu. Variller, boş şişe, kimyasal. Trenin orada bir tane daha bir şey vardı ya sanki. Tamam, trenle harita, bunların ikisi. Kimyasalla da abi işte. Başka ne var? Bağlantıyı kopar. İkisinin bağlantısı koptu. O zaman kimya bununla abi bağlayalım.
They're manufacturing the drug so that it can be absorbed through the skin.
Oldu herhalde. Olmadı mı?
Traces of both chemicals here. The drug is being modified here. They're changing it. The drug. The children of Arkham must have found a way to weaponize it. With a drug that can absorb into skin, it will affect hundreds of people at once. They're loading the modified drug into the tanks on the train cars, dispersing it through the sprinklers. The timers are set to go off just as it rolls in over the crowds.
We are prepared to contain something of that scale? Releasing a drug like that in so populated an area would be devastating.
They could infect the entire city if they had enough. Thankfully, there wasn't enough of the chemical to mix with the rest of the stockpile of drugs.
There's a train coming. Take cover.
Oo, abla geldi. Çok enteresan maskara kullanıyorsunuz ya.
If I'd known you were gonna make me lug this thing myself, I would have worn more comfortable shoes.
Just add it to the list of your mistakes. Must be why you didn't come through on your last assignment.
Crispy.
It's all here. Okay, you two, get these mixed, loaded onto the train.
This way.
Their leader is here, with Catwoman.
Catwoman?
She's got more of that absorbing agent.
She must have a good reason for being there.
She plays whatever side meets her needs.
Currently, her needs seem to be focused on keeping all 9 of her lives.
We're done here, right?
Not yet.
No. There's no part 2 of this. I got what you wanted. I'm done.
You might as well come out, Batman. I know you're here.
No way. I did not bring him here. I honored our deal.
Oh, I know you did. But now, you're a loose end. Surrender! Unless you'd like to see firsthand what a critical dose looks like. She joined poor Esther Cobblepot. Death might be preferable.
I know what you have planned with the Skyrail. It's not going to happen.
Then killing you both will have to be a consolation prize.
Thanks, Bats.
Train's ready! Move out!
Catwoman, tren durdur, Cat. Neyse, kız bize atar yapmıştı en son, şimdi geri herhalde şey yapabiliyoruz. Yani öper artık herhalde. Abi bu şeyler çok zor aslında. Kombinasyonları tutturmak falan. Tekliler değil de özellikle bu Shift E falan, Shift Q. Hayda, ne oldu?
Get ahead of yourself. I decide when this ends.
Bu bizim teknolojiye benziyor. Abi sen uçuyorsun.
You can't protect Gotham from itself. They lit the fire. We're just here to stoke the flames.
You do a lot of talking. Not sure you can back it up.
Try me. Go on. Show me how you'll save your precious city. Just...
Bu annemiz de olamaz ya böyle. Farklı bir insan var.
So short-sighted.
Batman! Catch!
Aa, bizim alet. Oba. Bu iş böyle yapılır kardeş. Aha, topladı. Ne yaptı lan? Üf. Öp beni, öp beni.
Hang in there. Don't pass out on me. Come on, bats.
Should have gone after...
Shut up. I'm gonna get you somewhere safe. Just stay with me.
Evine götür beni. Evine götür. Neyse, konumuza odaklan. Aynen, Selina'nın evi. Konumuza odaklanalım bu arada. Durdurduk. Şimdilik durdurduk ama herhangi bir bilgi edinemedik arkadaşın kim olduğuyla alakalı, ama en azından Gotham'ı kurtardık yani bir bakıma. Bu zaten bizi tanıyor, sıkıntı yok. Üf. Üf. Ne diyorsun?
Stay here, okay? Just don't move.
Thank you, Selena.
Don't thank me yet.
Peki sen neden onlara ürün tedarik ettin? Onu da bir açıkla da.
Shit. You're lucky you were wearing that suit. You know that was stupid, right?
What?
Showing up at that train depot. Taking on their leader alone. Repeat after me, Bruce. I am not invincible, and painkillers do not solve the problem. You weren't gonna take them down on your own.
It's not that bad. I've been through worse.
Funny. Any worse and you'd be sent home in a body bag. I don't think you're getting very far with a shoulder like this.
Oh, great.
You can stay here until morning. Feel like I owe you anyway. That's twice now. You just keep adding things to my list, don't you?
Selena.
I told you I don't like owing people.
Öp o zaman.
Probably best to lie low for now anyway. I don't want the children of Arkham finding this place. I had it handled, you know. With their leader. I had a plan. Really didn't need you swooping in and messing it up.
I was there tracking the children of Arkham. I had no idea you'd be there.
Must have been quite the surprise.
Yeah, it was.
That was gonna be my ticket out of here. One last job to get the goons off my back. So much for that. Thanks again, Bats.
There is another way out. We can take them down together.
Wouldn't that be cute? The dynamic duo fighting crime.
Being serious.
I know. Things have a habit of not working out for me on the duo
Bana
front.
da uygun bir şey değil ama en azından yani bir sinerji yaratalım. Bak kedi de seviyorsun. Gerçi Catwoman'sın, doğru yani. Kediye şaşmamak lazım. Cins ha.
I don't think she likes you. Okay, she really doesn't like you.
Hey, I promise I don't bite.
Yeah, but she does. Cut it out.
İşler böyle olmaz, yalan. Az buz biliyoruz kardeş.
This really hasn't been your week, has it?
You think? I lost my company, my reputation, and I find out my father was...
Just like everyone else. They've all got something to hide, Bruce. Every last one of them. Even the so-called good guys. There's always something just beneath the surface.
I'm starting to see that for myself.
Even you have your secrets.
Doğru diyor.
Those things you hide from the world.
I don't have any secrets from you.
You know, I have heard that 1,000 times. But you might be the first to actually mean it. You're a good man, Bruce.
Sen de yavrum.
But good men don't lie with
Bıyıkların çok
thieves.
güzel.
I know what I am.
Ben çok
No
hype'landım
noble
ya ben.
intentions. Just the thrill of breaking what they say can't be broken. Knowing there's no
Ama
safe I
kostüm
can't
giymiş
crack.
güzel bir kadın yani. Ne
No
yapalım? Cat bir de
fortress I
kedi
can't
kostümü.
infiltrate. Proving I can.
Ya
You're just
full,
listing all
full
the
gaz.
things I like about you.
Artık girdik bir yola.
Now you've ruined it.
Ya ne diyorsun sen? Neyden hoşlanıyorsun? Bana onu söyle. Ne yapayım?
I've stolen
Kaplan
from
mı
corrupt
getireyim?
jerks like
Aslan mı
him, but-
atayım önüne? Ne yapayım?
I've taken plenty from good people too.
Hepimizin hataları olur.
Some
Hepimizin.
shiny new toys and a crappy apartment on the edge of town. The high is nice, but it wears off. Then you look around and see nothing. So you get back out there. Try and chase that feeling down.
It's not the same, but I know what you mean. After everything we do, everything we're capable of, coming home just feels...
Like a disappointment.
Right.
Of. Ya çok flört etmeye bayılıyor ama onu alnından öp. Öpeyim mi lan? Kesin tokat atacak. Öpmedim.
This is nice.
Did you mean to say that out loud?
Hadi, hadi. Hadi. Come on. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Yarama vurma. Yarama basma. Telafi et. Abi neler yaşanıyor? TNT'le Games açmış kendini.
Or are you gonna
Demişim
undo
ben.
this for me?
Yaparım.
Let me
Bana
help
bırak.
you.
It's what you do best, isn't it? Are you trying to tease me, Bats?
Is it working?
Saçmalıyorsunuz. Abi bu nasıl bir oyun? Bu arada bizi tuzağa düşürüyor diye düşünüyorum bir yandan. Abi yok bayağı. Şaka yapıyorsun. Samanlık seyran oldu. Ama yani madem oyunu biz oynuyoruz neden devam etmedik ki yani? Sonuçta ne diyorsun? Ne diyorsun şaka? Aşık oldum.
Hey there. I'm starving.
Öp öp.
Not quite what I was looking for. I think there might be bagels in the fridge. Would definitely check expiration dates on anything before you think about putting it in your mouth.
Ya konudan tamamen saptık da yani biz Batman olarak böyle şeyler bilmiyorum. Yapar gerçi Batman şerefsiz bir adam. Ama yani pişman olmuştum ilk başta öpmediğime. Şimdi güzel telafi ettik. Ya işte kadınları anlayacaksın bak. Kadınlar böyle. Buzdolabına git demedim ya. Neyse kaldığımız yer. Ya sen üstüne başına bir şey giy abi ya. Ya en son şey yapmıştım. Dent'e karşı pişmanlık duymuştum da. İşte kadınlar abi yapacak bir şey yok. Girdik bir yola.
I was worried.
Oyun mu?
I hadn't heard from you. I didn't know what happened if you were...
I took a bit of a beating when I ran to the children of Arkham.
What happened?
It's kind of a long story. I'll tell you about it when I get back.
I always fear the day you don't come home, Bruce.
I know, Al.
Where are you, anyway?
Ya sus.
I stayed at Selena's last night.
Oh. Well, that certainly explains it.
You got something to say, Alfred?
I'm not judging you.
Sounded like you were.
I wouldn't dream of it. While you're there, this might be a good opportunity to learn more about Miss Kyle.
Yok öyle şeyler yapmam ya. Bir paylaşımda bulunduk yani.
Lying around. If she's trustworthy, you may not have another chance.
She let me into her home. I'm not going to go
Ya
snooping
aslında
around in her
araştırsak buluruz bir
personal
şeyler de.
belongings.
Gerçi işimizi gördük,
Maybe a
araştırabiliriz.
suggestion. At the very least, you can find that grapple gun of yours.
Onu verdi zaten.
That might be harder than you'd think. She doesn't share your love of organization.
Yes, well, I'll see you back at home, Bruce.
Abi. Ya almak istemiyorum ki. Kadının oldu artık yani.
Lightweight though. I could use something like this.
Yemek kapları. Neymiş
She can
abla?
afford to eat anywhere and she still chooses Chinese takeout. And that isn't even the good place. Scarlet Pimpernel, much ado about nothing. Petrarca. Didn't take her for a romantic. What's this one? Oh, the Gita Govinda. That's academic.
Hatun. Aç. Bu ne? Krem peynir. Al.
At least she's got the essentials.
Aynen al.
It looks all right to me. Nothing growing at least.
Huhu. Okay.
Harvey.
Oh, siktir.
Hey, I brought breakfast. Can I come in?
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Just for a minute. I really need to talk to you.
Saklan.
If you
Ama
want me to
kedi
go,
şey
I'll go.
yapacak ya.
But I
Ananı
have to get this
sikeyim.
out. Bruce, what
Seriously.
what are you doing here?
Have a seat, Harvey.
No, I don't need to sit down. Bruce, tell me what is going on.
I
Yaralandım
spent the
abi.
night here. That's it.
You I can't believe
Calm
this!
down.
Don't touch me! I thought I would come here and... So stupid! God, I should have known. I should have known that you would do this to me. None of it was real anyway. God, how could you ever think it was? I shouldn't have come. It was so stupid!
None of this is about you, Harvey.
So I'm just making this up?
Yes, you are. This had nothing to do with you.
He will not be able to protect you.
And I don't need him to. Just get out of here, Harvey.
What happens when the children of Arkham come for him? You think you won't get caught in the crossfire? You can't stop them! He can't. Are you ready to die on that altar?
I can handle the children of Arkham.
Of course.
Tamam, Batman'i sevmiyordu, artık Bruce'a da. Ama abi yapabileceğim hiçbir şey yok. Yani kadın kedi kostümü giyiyor ve de güzel bir kadın ve de gizli kapaklı, her şey var. At, avrat, silah, her şey kadında var. Yapacağım hiçbir şey yok harbi. Ayrıca senin de suratın gitmiş yani.
Harvey has been weak. He's been afraid.
Oh my God.
This is the monster they all know that you are.
Gerçi adam zaten delirmişti. Böyle ufak bir anladık delirdiğini. Şimdi iyice bir de belediye başkanı gücü de var bunun. Ama ne olacaksa olsun, en azından düşmanımız kim onu biliyoruz. Siktir lan.
All right, now you've got 2 seconds.
Or what? Harvey won't be pushed around anymore. No, he's gonna make them pay. Everyone who thought they could hurt him and get away with it. Starting with you. Both of you!
You're gonna pick that up.
This isn't you. Just calm down!
Shut up!
Jesus, Harvey!
Of course, gotta be fair about this. Can't play favorites. They both deserve it, one way or another. How about we flip for it?
This isn't funny.
No.
Şimdi Batman kostümünü de gör, tam olsun.
Selina, looks like you're first. Yeah, always getting in the middle of things.
Stay the hell away from me.
The call's already been made.
Harvey.
Bruce. No! I don't want to hurt you.
This isn't... They turned their backs on you!
Harvey, put the knife down!
Selina!
He's gonna hurt someone. You know we can take him out. Have you lost your mind?
No.
Harvey! You need to calm down.
What are you doing?
No going back now.
Come on, Harvey, that's enough.
Oh, God. Please. I don't want to be alone, Bruce. Please,
ya şimdi Selina'ya yumulmasaydık Harvey bunları görmeyecekti. Evimize falan dönerdik muhtemelen de. Ya pişmanlığın P'si var mı diye bir sorun.
You're not alone. We're right here.
Okay, I am. My fault.
Harvey halloldu.
Harvey, don't.
Abi yapacak bir şey yok yani. Bugün senin, yarın benim, yarın tekrar senin. Sıkıntı yok. Ama yarın senin değil yani, pardon.
It's just me. It's just me. It's just me. It's just me.
Just let me talk to him.
You don't know what you're doing. He needs a professional.
Please.
All right.
It's okay, Bruce. I'll go. I don't deserve your help.
Go off with your tail between your legs.
I'm sorry.
Şişlik oldu suratı.
I'm so sorry.
Psikolojik bir olay. Bunu yani şimdi sağa bakıyor, farklı bir yaratık görüyor. Sola bakıyor, farklı bir insan görüyor.
Stick around and wait for him to come back. Thought it would be a while before I had to move again. That's what I get for wishful thinking.
You don't need to be afraid of Harvey. You can handle him.
Yeah, because I really want to stay here wondering when he'll show up. If he'll be armed, if I'll be ready. No thanks. Yeah, that means you too. We won't go far.
Aynen gel. Birinciyi hallediyoruz. Eğer bizde kalırsa birinci Arvat tamamdır. Cat. İkincisini de alacağım. Sıkıntı yok.
I don't know.
There's plenty of space.
Aynen. Oda boş, dolu odamız da var. Sıkıntı yok.
I'll think about it.
Düşünme, gel.
Great.
What was that about?
I'm supposed to announce my resignation at a press event today. Somehow try to appear happy that Oswald Cobblepot is taking my job.
Sounds like an opportunity.
How do you mean?
They screwed you out of your own company. You have all this information that could bring them down, and they're handing you a live mic. So use it. Don't be their puppet.
I need to warn everybody
Yani
about
senin
the children
dediğini
of
yapacağım.
Arkham.
Bundan sonra
If
sen
big
ne dersen
plans
o.
for Gotham.
Hopefully they'll listen. You better get going. I've got
Sen
some
de gel.
packing to do.
The offer still stands.
Sounding better and better by the minute.
Of! İşte bu be, işte bu. Ben bu işi biliyorum. Kedi medi ama kedi olduğu için zaten halledebildim bu işi. Tamam, bu bölüm burada bitsin ya, bitsin. Bölümün sonuna kadar götüreceğim ama çok güzel şeyler yaşanıyor. Çok. Her şey yoluna giriyor. Dolunay'a girdik.
I'm sorry about all this, Bruce.
Şuna da bir tane yumruk çaksam her şey iyice güzelleşecek.
We've prepared a brief damage control statement to make this easier. After I introduce you, all you'll have to do is read what's on the teleprompter.
And then I can take it from there. Got my little coronation speech just waiting.
Thank you for being so cooperative about all this, Bruce. It really is for the best.
For everyone, really.
I know it's unfair to ask this of you, but please. Right now, your reputation, your entire legacy depends on your cooperation.
Ya sokarım mirasına.
Get through
Bu
today,
iti ben
and I can help you.
rezil edeceğim.
I can convince the board to bring you back. It might not be CEO, but it will be something. A step to regaining what you're being forced to give up.
I haven't had a say
Yok bacım.
in this.
Sana
And you
güvendim.
expect me
Dedin
to
ki ben
cooperate.
orada olmalıyım dedin.
I won't do it.
This is about more than
Seni
just your
koruyacağım falan
ego,
dedin.
Bruce.
Tuttum
It's in
puşta
everyone's best
verdin
interest for you
şeyi.
to gracefully step down.
Ya siktir lan.
Already then, we are going to make quite a
Abi
splash
menopoza girmiş
today,
kadınların lafı
aren't we?
dinlenmez.
I don't think I'm ever going to forget this day.
Ama Catwoman'ın lafı dinlenir.
Corporate intrigue, a well-deserved
Aynen
comeuppance.
hatırlayacaksın.
Oh, don't worry, Oz. I'll make sure you remember every moment.
Meaning?
That's enough, both of you. It's time. Bruce, I'm going to introduce you and then you're on. Please, stick to the teleprompter.
Yakamızda sinek vardı bu arada.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you for being here. Wayne Enterprises has always taken
Abla da
its
orada mı? Ha,
role in the
orada.
community very seriously.
Sırada sen varsın.
How everything I said to you in the park has come true. Me, taking everything that's yours. And that's not even a punchline. No, dear heart. Not even close. No one's gonna follow you around and take pictures now. It'd almost be sad if you were so bloody handsome.
I know who you really are, Oz. And I'm gonna expose you.
Aslında o da onu istiyor herhalde ya.
And proven are two very different things, Bruce. This is just a first step towards making things right. Soon enough, it'll be
Ama ilk önce söyler
Cobblepot
sonra
Industries,
kanıtlarım ben. Sen rahat.
Cobblepot Medical and Cobblepot Tech on tops of buildings, and you, Waynes, will be what you should have been all along. A forgotten footnote. Cobblepot will come to mean the future of Gotham. And Wayne will be a story no one wants to hear.
That is not going to happen.
Oh, don't be a sore loser, Bruce. It doesn't look nice on you. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did some digging, and you know how old Hill admitted he had your mom and dad killed? I found out why he did it. Oh, yeah, and I'll tell you the story, but only if you say, pretty please. It's
Ya
quite
onu
the
da ben
page
bulurum.
turner. I'm sure you're just dying to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't need to know why. Hill had them killed. That's all that matters.
Well, I certainly didn't expect that. But suit yourself. Now you'll never know what part your mom played in it.
And now,
Bilmeyeceğim
Bruce
anasını
Wayne
satayım.
would like to say a few
Senin
words.
gibi bir itle konuşacak
Remember,
bir şeyim yok.
enjoy yourself, Bruce. After all, you never know how much time you really
Ya
have
dön vur
left.
bir tane. Atar atar gider. Catwoman'ı kaptım.
I'm stepping down from my position as CEO of Wayne Enterprises. But I am not doing so voluntarily. The board of Wayne Enterprises has voted me out. At a meeting I was not invited to attend.
Davetliydik aslında da.
My father wasn't the only one involved in this corruption. Mayor Hill and Carmine Falcone. It was a system designed for their gain.
Dodging the blame isn't gonna do you any good, mate.
Security! Step back, Mr. Wayne.
Abi niye engelli oldunuz ki? Neyse ben konuşurum, dışarıda da konuş. Gelin buraya.
My apologies, folks. Please forgive me, Mr. Wayne. Everyone. I, for one, completely understand his behavior today.
Nice statement. The press seemed to eat it up. I rather enjoyed it myself. Not that it'll change anything.
We can talk about it later.
Later?
Nasıl değiştirmeyecek ya? Anlatacaktım daha ben de o push araya girdi.
Dropped your pen.
Demek ki işler böyle yorum ya. Aa ne yaptın lan? Aa! Aa!
You feel that? That's the drug taking hold of you. Don't fight it.
You're with the children of Arkham.
No, I am the children of Arkham.
Düşünmüş müydüm? Düşünmemiştim.
I think it's time you knew my real name. I am
Lady Arkham.
And you already know the Penguin. Look at him up there, taking everything that should belong to you. Mocking you, the smug, insignificant bastard.
Aa gideceğiz, dalacağız adama.
Get away with it. Because none of them know who he really is. They wouldn't believe you if you told them.
And if we can just get one more round of applause for our friend, the man of the hour, Bruce Wayne!
Söyleyemeyeceğiz herhalde.
Ouch, someone's a little touchy, it seems.
It would be so easy to get rid of him. Who else will deliver justice?
Ya abi ya. Of. Ya sana güvenmiştim. Karım yapacaktım seni. Karım yapacaktım. Olmadı. Biz buna hiç şüpheli yaklaşmış mıydık acaba ya? Bu olabilir falan demiş miydik? Dememiştik ya. Ulan ta ilk günden beri ben bu kadına güzel davranıyorum. Kendi evime geldi falan filan. Bir dakika. Neyi yapmışız biz? Montana'ya yardımı... Evet. Tamam. Bununla da beraberiz. Bu arkadaşın orada kalması mühim önem mi taşıyor ki? Bu olaylar çok önemli olaylar gibi gelmedi bana ya. Tamam kal demişiz. Ha tabii. Şu %9.6'yı merak ediyorum. Şeyler mi acaba? Aynen Harvey'e sakin davrandık. Tamam genel olarak iyiyiz. Seçimleri paylaşmıyoruz. Arkadaşlar bu bölümümüzün de sonuna gelmiş bulunuyoruz. Bir sonraki bölümümüz 4. bölüm. Bakalım neler yaşanacak. Catwoman'ı eve aldık. En azından onu başardık. Bu arkadaşa Penguin'e her türlü saldıracaktık galiba. Yani olay örgüsü bizi oraya itiyor. O yüzden o konuda bir pişmanlık duymuyorum. Yani tek bir mevzu vardı bence bu bölümde. Selina'yı öpmek. Onu da hallettik Allah'ın izniyle. Şimdi bir sonraki bölümümüze geçiyoruz.